Today we'll see little bit basics of trigonometry. In trigonometry, this is my quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember all silver teacups. All means, see the first letter A. A means all trigonometric ratios, sine, cos, tan, cosecant, everything, secant, all are positive. Silver means yes, means sine and inverse of sine, cosecant, it will be positive. Here tangent will be positive, here cos will be positive. Cos and secant, which is inverse of cos, will be positive. Suppose anytime you have to find out sine of 380 degrees, whether it is positive or negative. How you will know? Sine of 380 means sine of 360 plus 20. 360 degrees means one full round, and in the second round 20 degrees. So it is in the first quadrant. That means this value is a positive value. Like this you can determine. So sine of 380, what exactly will be the value, I will tell you in the coming discussion. Often a triangle is given. Suppose ABC is a triangle, theta is the angle given. In this case, what is the opposite side? AB is the opposite side, BC is the adjacent side, and AC is the hypotenuse side. Suppose if I want to write the tan value of this, opposite by adjacent, what will be the value? It will be AB by BC. Okay. Suppose the triangle is given in this way and alpha is the angle. So in this case, what will be the opposite side? BC will be the opposite side, AB will be the adjacent side, and AC as usual will be the hypotenuse. If I ask you what is the value of sine alpha, so it will be opposite by hypotenuse. What is the opposite side? BC, and hypotenuse is AC. So if you are flipping the angle, you should know how to calculate the corresponding values of sine and cosine, etc. If you are able to find sine and sine and cosine, you can find out tan, you can find out all the ratios. Then theta normally is expressed in radians. So sometimes they say that to convert radians into degrees. Suppose 40 degrees is given and they ask you to convert it to radians. Follow this simple step. You know that 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. So 40 is equal to how much? Just cross multiply. It will be 40 pi by 180, 0.69 radians. Sometimes they give you radians and ask you to find degrees. In this case, you know that 2 pi is equal to 360. So 7 pi by 2, how much? Cross multiply and find out. It will be 630 degrees. You can also consider pi is equal to 180. The answer will be same only. Take a known value and convert the unknown into a known value. You are supposed to remember the table of sine, cosine and tangent values up to 90 degrees. That is 30, 45, 60 and 90. I would say that remember the sine and cos value of 30. Remembering 45 is anyway easy. If you know sine 30, which is half, it is nothing but cos 60. It is half. Sine 30 is equal to cos 60. If you know cos 30, you can obtain sine 60. So knowing sine 30 value is enough. You can generate all other values. Sine 90 values are anyway easy. Sine 90 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. Okay. Once you know the sine and cos, you can always work out the tan values. So no need to memorize it. Now in the form of graph, remember the sine curve. A sine value always starts from 0 and ends in 0. Between 0 to 2 pi. So pi by 2 it will be 1, pi it will be 0, 3 pi by 2 which is 270 degree it will be minus 1, and 360 degree it will be 0. A cos function starts from 1, cos pi by 2 will be 0, cos of pi will be minus 1, cos 3 pi by 2 will be 0, and cos 2 pi will be again 1. It is cyclic, you know. So rather than remembering the values, try to remember the graph. It will be more easier. So often you are asked to convert sine of 90 plus theta. You find this type of things. Here you see, if it is 180 or 360, sine will remain sine only. Because it is 90 here, sine will become cos or cos will become sine. So how to approach this means I'll tell you a trick. Sine of 90 plus theta, in which quadrant it is? It is in the second quadrant. So sine will remain positive. This whole value will remain positive. But because 90 is there, it will become cos. Similarly, take tan of 90 minus theta. Because you saw 90, you have to put cot. But 90 minus theta means it is in the first quadrant. So it will be a positive value. Take another example. Sine of 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta means it is in the third quadrant. So their sine value is negative. But because you use 180, you have to use sine only. That means if 180 or 360 comes, you have to use, in the place of sine, you have to put sine only. If 90 or 270 comes, in place of sine, you need to put cos. But you see the quadrant in which the angle is falling. One more example I'll take, cos of 270 minus theta. 270 minus theta is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, cos is negative. So there will be negative sign. But because you are using 270, you need to put sine. Example, cos of 245 is nothing but minus sine 25, which is nothing but minus 0.42. One more important trigonometric ratios which you are supposed to remember is this triangle, 53 and 37. It is often asked in exams. So you remember this diagram, 53 and 37. If this is 53 degrees, this opposite side will be 4, adjacent side will be 3, hypotenuse will be 5. You memorize this. Often it is asked. So suppose I ask you what is sine 53. Sine 53, based upon the earlier concept, sine 53 will be opposite by hypotenuse, which is 4 by 5. Suppose I ask you what is tan 37. It is opposite by adjacent, 3 by 4. Apart from these two values you are also supposed to remember. Just to note down, just pause the video and write the values. You need to remember. Sometimes it is very useful. So these are just bare basics. Trigonometry whole chapter cannot be discussed in a video of 3 to 5 minutes. So these are the basic points which you are supposed to remember. In the coming videos, we'll try to discuss even more. Thank you.